Hi and welcome to this week's episode of Magoos Corner. I'm your host Trevor Gregg, taking this one on my own tonight. So let's have a look at Division 1 reserves for the completion of round 10. Apologies for last week, bit of a technical issue with the producer upgrading, whatever it was he upgraded, and weren't able to get here last week, so apologies for that one. So let's have a look at the first game of the round, which was Adelaide University and Prince Alfred Old Collegians. Out at Uni Oval, so it was fairly even through most of the game. It was only until the third quarter where Prince Alfred kicked away. They were actually 2 goals behind Adelaide Uni at half time, so 4 goals 2 to 2 goals 4, and then bang, Prince Alfred just went on a bit of a rant, kicked 6 goals and then kicked another 5 in the last 2, Adelaide Uni's 2. So that's the third quarter, the premiership quarter that we all know about. That's where the damage was done. For Prince Alfred, Hanneman was 7, which is a great effort. Crawford with 3, Lee, Pritchard and Prest. And the best players, Hanneman of course with 7, Crawford and Young were the better players, and for Adelaide Uni we had Leslie and Crouch with 2, Moore and Penament, and then we had the best players were Keynes, Penament and Biggs. So that's a nice win away from home for Prince's, even though it's only just down the road, but it's still a nice win away. Now the next game, bit of a belting. Goodwood Saints hosted Unley Mercedes Jets, or Unley McInnes Jets. 19-11, 125 to Unley's 5-6, 36. So not a good day there for the Jetters. Good kicked 3. Levy also with 3, Schiller with 3, Ewers also, and then a bunch of other guys just chipping in, getting on the score sheet with Duncan, Byrne and Maslin on the better players, and Giuliani, Broadridge, Patterson, Lumberg and Davenport were the only scorers there for Unley. Merrigan, Patterson and Ryan were the best players. So looking at that one, I mean, 4-goal head start to Goodwood Saints, and you just can't afford to give that to them at any stage of the game. And so they kicked another 2 each in the second, and then of course Goodwood just kicking away with it at the end of the third, and then Unley not even scoring a goal in the third quarter, which is disappointing for them. Next one, Payneham took on Henley at Payneham Oval, and Payneham Norwood Union, as predicted, got the job done, 12-9-81 to Henley 7-4-46. Goal scorers for the Sharks were Francis, Byer with 2 each, Morrison, Curry and Kennedy. Howlett, Coxon, Kennedy were the better players there for the Sharks, and for Payneham, Trainos with 3, George with 2, Chatsagiannis with a couple. Chatsagiannis, Santillo and Trainos were the better players there. There was no way in hell Diff Jacobson or Hugh Johnson-Schroeder would have been able to get any of those names right. It would have been just a laughing stock. So next week we'll get them on board and have a laugh at them. Now the next one, Tea Tree Gully and Ros Trevor. Ros Trevor just obviously going up the road a little bit, and it was too hard an ask. Tea Tree Gully quite easily, 16-17, 1-13 to Ros Trevor's 4-5-29. In the first quarter again, it was relatively close, and that's when Tea Tree Gully piled on the goals with 7 goals to 2, and then 5 goals to nothing really in the third quarter, and then just kicking home. So Harrison, Paddock and Kitson were the goal scorers there for Ros Trevor, with Grigg, Du Bois and O'Leary. Daniels with 6, Robinson with 4, and a few of the other guys getting in there with 1. Dow, Daniels and Vanderhack were the better players there for Tea Tree Gully. Now the last game of the round, good result here. Salisbury North took on Port Districts at a Salisbury North Oval. It was 10-10-17 to Districts, Floggers 7-7-49. Williams with Pryor, Gracie, Cameron, Quinn, Jake Carmody and McKinnon getting the goals there for Port Districts. Pryor, McKinnon, Grayson, Allison and Parker were the better players there. And for Salisbury North, Mortimer with 3, Kutlarkis and Camplin with a couple, O'Loughlin, Clark and McBride with the solitaries. Mulroney, Krell, Cratchwell, Camplin and Russo were the best players out there for Salisbury. Looking at the ladder, the way things sit now, it's Goodwood Saints, 9 wins, 1 loss, sitting on top. It's sitting 2 games clear of Prince Alfred with 7 and 3. And then it's quite close between Tea Tree Gully and Adelaide University with the 6 wins, but they've just got the draw between them. Only Mercedes Jets sitting in 5th on 4 and 5. Henley 4 and 6 with Payneham Norwood Union, and of course Salisbury North getting those points taken away in 8th position. Port Districts 2 and 7, and Ros Trevor, I still can't understand it, believe it. That you've got Salisbury North, Port Districts and Ros Trevor from Division 1 reserves sitting in 8, 9 and 10. It's just, yeah, Prince Alfred have taken to Division 1 reserves extremely well. Same with Unley, not so much in their A grade. I do probably expect them to maybe jump down next year, which would be a shame because you never want to go up one year and then come down the next. So looking at round 11 for Division 1, we've got Ross Trevor and Goodwood Saints out at Campbelltown Memorial Oval. Another hard day for the Rockers. Goodwood Saints by plenty for me. Henley and Adelaide University at Henley Oval. I'm going to go for Adelaide Uni on this one. Bit of an upset there on the oval south of Henley. Only Mercedes Jets at Payneham at Kingswood. Payneham by a lot. And we've got Port Districts and Tea Tree Gully, Largs Reserve. This one's more of a wish. Tea Tree Gully to win there. Prince Alfred and Salisbury, Prince Alfred. This one's going to be an absolute. This one will be a good game actually. This one is at Prince Alfred College, but you can't go past the home side. We're playing extremely good footy, fast footy, and I expect them to win. That's all we've got time for this week. Game being called live from North Haven this Saturday, so make sure that you download the Mixler app and subscribe to the SA Footballer magazine, and we'll catch you again next week.